mountains right now. The New York City Fire Department says 5 people are now dead after a helicopter crashed into the East River on Sunday night. Only the pilot survived. WCBS TV's Janelle Burrell has more.
Authorities say the pilot managed to free himself, but his 5 passengers who were harnessed in because of the photo shoot were trapped.
The 5 people besides the pilot were all tightly harnessed, so these harnesses had to be cut and removed in order to get these folks off of this helicopter, which was upside down at the time.
2 of those pulled out were pronounced dead. The other 3 rushed to area hospitals in critical condition and later died. Fire Commissioner Nigro says the water temperature and conditions made it difficult for divers to get to the victims.
A key lawmaker admits that serving in the General Assembly is quite time-consuming, and he would like to see something done about it. Representative Nelson Dollar of Wake County says that reforming the way the system operates is something he would like to see.
Whether it would be term limits in terms of, or session limits rather, the way Virginia is structured in some of the other states.
Officials in eastern North Carolina say a man was unhurt when he crash-landed a single-engine plane in an open field. Christopher Rowe of McLean, Virginia, was the only occupant aboard the plane that came down Saturday afternoon in Wilson County. Officials in Greensboro see an area around an airport as a potential source of a contaminant it sees in a drinking water supply. City officials point specifically to PTI and PFOs and fuel-based fires. You're listening to NCN News.
A Democrat in the governor's mansion, an unconventional Republican in the White House, new state, House, and Senate election maps, all important factors for politics and public policy in North Carolina. What does it all mean? Carolina Journal has the answers. Available each month as a free newspaper, every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your #1 source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
Who is the North Carolina High School Athletic Association?
We're dedicated educators, coaches, and mentors.
We are over 200,000 student athletes.
We are 413 member high schools from small towns and big cities, anywhere from Murphy to Manteo.
We're your neighbors and friends that put on the striped shirts and officiate the games you love every week.
We are making a difference in building leaders of communities and this nation for the next generation.
Who are we? We are high school. We are the NCHSAA.
A man died Sunday in Wake County following a shooting that officials believe to be the result of a domestic incident. The man was transported to the hospital where he died as a result of his injuries. A suspect is in custody. The shooting is under investigation. The second problem in a week being reported involving frozen human eggs and embryos.
This time, a San Francisco fertility clinic says thousands of frozen eggs and embryos may have been damaged after a storage tank malfunctioned last week. 400 patients have been informed.
This is incredibly rare.
Fertility doctor Peter Klatsky, small comfort to the couples involved. University hospitals in Ohio now facing a class action lawsuit there after a malfunction that may have damaged about 2,000 frozen eggs and embryos. The lawyers say their clients are devastated. Vicki Barker, CBS News.
We are awaiting word on where major online retailer Amazon will locate its second national headquarters. Raleigh, according to reports, and other locations in the Triangle region remain in contention. Lou Ebert, president and CEO of the North Carolina Chamber, says the Tar Heel state should feel good about its chances.
The talent that's here and the talent that's moving here, I look at the cost of living and quality of life, which is probably better than most places they're looking at. The geography we occupy on the East Coast, I think, is in line with their needs.
A country music star collapses on stage in Ireland.
Tim McGraw was in the middle of a performance in Dublin when he collapsed. His wife, Faith Hill, explained to fans,
He's been super dehydrated, and I apologize, but I made the decision that he cannot come back out on stage.
A rep says McGraw was treated on site and will be just fine. He and Hill had performed in London Friday night and Saturday in Glasgow. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Mike Rayleigh, NCN News.
Get your message to the thousands. Call the WCAB Sales Department today at 287-3356.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen.
After last month's deadly attack at a South Florida high school, the Trump administration today is set to release its new school safety proposals. ABC's Karen Travers is at the White House.
President Trump promised to take action to make schools more safe in the wake of the Parkland, Florida high school shooting.
We have to do something about it.
Today, the administration is endorsing with little fanfare a set of proposals that leaves most authority for reform up to the states or a new federal commission that will be led by Education Secretary Betsy DeVos. The only legislation President Trump is set to endorse formally are two bills he's previously backed, one calling for improvements to the nation's background check system, and the Stop School Violence Act, which would provide grants to states in developing anti-school violence plans. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House. The NTSB is now taking the lead in the deadly helicopter crash in New York City's East River last night. ABC's Aaron Kotursky has the latest.
All 5 passengers are dead, according to the New York City Fire Department. 4 males, 1 female. The pilot survived and has been talking to investigators. He reported some kind of engine failure. The NTSB is on its way to confirm the cause of the helicopter crash.
Officials say the helicopter doors were open when it crashed. It had been chartered for a photo shoot. Questions about the near-simultaneous refrigeration problems at 2 fertility clinics, one in Cleveland, Ohio, the other in San Francisco. Those malfunctions happened on the same day. Amber Ash, a patient at the clinic in Ohio, is now suing after she and her husband lost an embryo.
You know, you put so much faith into the physicians and the medical team, and like I said, just to have this taken away and to be just your hopes and dreams destroyed.
Another nor'easter getting ready to hit the East Coast, the third in the less than 2 weeks. Some parts of New England could get 20 inches of snow or more. You're listening to ABC News.
It's time to join the millions of people using Zoom video conferencing. Turn any size conference room, huddle room, or executive office into a Zoom room with flawless HD video, crystal clear audio, and instant wireless sharing. It'll even work with your existing hardware. Start your meetings with a single touch or use Zoom's new voice command feature. Hey Zoom, start meeting. Huddle happy. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free Zoom room trial today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing. Okay, so where do more Americans turn first in the morning to start their day? Go on, tell them, Robin.
Good morning, America.
George.
Good morning, America.
Lara.
Good morning, America.
So, take it from Robin.
What's so good in your morning?
With ABC's Good Morning America.
To relieve muscle cramps in your legs and feet, use TheraWorks Relief. This fast-acting foam is clinically proven to relieve leg and foot cramps. TheraWorks Relief can also prevent muscle cramps. Get TheraWorks Relief today at select CVS and Rite Aid pharmacies or TheraWorksRelief.com.
After an ex-Russian spy and his daughter were poisoned with a nerve agent in Great Britain, there are new warnings now for people who live in the normally calm and quiet village of Salisbury. ABC's Tom Rivers is at the foreign desk with the latest.
Now, over a week after the poisoning, those who were in the immediate area at the time are being told to wash their clothes and wipe down things like their cell phones. Locals aren't impressed.
That surely comes a little bit late. I would have thought common sense made those people who went to those two places, wash, all their clothes and their hair.
I think it's better to be late than never, but I thought initially it should have been done there and then.
Police can't say how long the various crime scenes will remain closed to the public. Tom Rivers, ABC News, London.
A mystery in Florida. Investigators say remains found in a backyard may belong to the homeowner. He's been missing for 2.5 years. 36-year-old Michael Shaver vanished in October of 2015. Investigators say they want to know why his wife never reported that he was missing. Country singer Tim McGraw is recovering after collapsing on stage during a concert in Ireland. His wife, Faith Hill, says he was, quote, super dehydrated. And no more kissing soldiers at the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Savannah, Georgia. It's been a tradition there for decades. Women running onto the parade route, kissing soldiers on the cheek, leaving some bright lipstick marks at times. But now the Army is asking them to stop, saying soldiers, quote, need to look professional. This is ABC News.
People make your business work. But how do you find the right talent? ZipRecruiter. One click posts your job to over 100 top job boards. Then, smart matching technology instantly alerts quality candidates about your job. No wonder 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
To try ZipRecruiter for free, just go to ZipRecruiter.com/newsradio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/newsradio.
Michelle Franzen.
Well, with springtime here, head on over to Oakland Feed and Seed for the things you need. Things like grass seed and garden seed. 10-10-10 fertilizer and 17-17-17 fertilizer. Oakland Feed and Seed carries Kentucky 31 and Rebel Turf and 5-star blend grass seed. That'll look good, won't it? They'll weigh up garden seed by the ounce or by the pound. How much do you need? They'll weigh up grass seed by the pound. Whatever your needs are, Scott and his team at Oakland Feed and Seed will try their best to do it for you. Need strong weed killer? Get it by the quart, gallon, and this Kills-All 2.5 gallons is only $49.99. Get rid of them quick. That fish box, 100 count, $19.99. Why don't you come check Oakland Feed and Seed out and check prices? All your animal health needs, from dog shots to wormers. And don't forget to pick up some fire ant control, too. They have what you need at Oakland Feed and Seed, Oakland Road, Spindale, locally owned and locally run.
We'll see mainly cloudy, breezy, and cold conditions today with periods of rain that could change over to a wintry mix of snow and sleet. We could see some areas accumulate anywhere from a trace to as much as 2 or 3 inches, mainly for the northern half or so of the state. Highs will range from mid-30s in the north to mid-40s in the far south. Temperatures may fall some through the day. Looks like overnight tonight we'll have clearing skies. It'll be breezy and colder, lows mid-20s to around 30. There may be some areas of black ice or frozen slush. I'm Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Thank you very much, Mike. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Monday. This is the 12th day of March, 6 minutes after 7, and 37 degrees here and raining. And Todd says there's a little mixture in that stuff out there. A few light snowflakes falling on the windshield as well. So watch out for that. We're going to go with our forecast, mostly rain. The other recorded forecast says there may be a little mixture in there. So we'll see what. It's a flip up a coin right now. See what's going to happen. But it's going to be mostly rain with maybe a little mixture in there with some snowflakes falling from here and there. But after today and tomorrow, it's all going to be mostly sunny on Tuesday. Highs around 49. And the wind's going to be a factor all this week. Wind gusting tomorrow to 18 miles per hour. Wind gusting is 17 miles per hour today. And 37 degrees currently under dark skies here as daylight savings time kicks in yesterday morning. 7 minutes after 7. Today we're being kind to Myra Cantrell. Myra works at the Rutherford County Courthouse, lives over in Shiloh, having a birthday today, so we wish her a happy birthday. Now I have these death announcements this morning. Shirley Miller Denny, age 79, of Forey City, died Saturday at her residence. A memorial service will be conducted at 3 o'clock Tuesday, March 13th, at Grace Chapel, with Reverend Ricky Petit officiating. A private burial will be held in Rutherford County Memorial Cemetery the morning of the service date. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Service has been entrusted with the arrangements for Shirley Miller Denny. Emma Elliott, age 95, of Rutherfordton, died March the 11th at Oak Grove Health Care Center. Those arrangements are incomplete and will be announced later by McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Services for Emma Elliott. Matthew Eric Greenway, age 40, of Rutherfordton, passed away Wednesday, March 7th, after a long battle with cancer. A memorial service will be held in his honor on Monday, March 12th. That'll be today at Spencer Baptist Church at 11 o'clock. The family will receive friends following the service. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Matthew Eric Greenway. Sally Jane Wilson, age 96, of Forey City, died Friday at Fairhaven Homes of Forey City. The family will receive friends from 1 until 2 o'clock today at Lebanon United Methodist Church, Mill Spring. The funeral service will be at Lebanon United Methodist Church at 2 o'clock today, with Reverend Ned Owens officiating. Burial will follow at Lebanon United Methodist Church Cemetery. Mike Mahan's Funeral Home and Cremation Service in charge of the arrangements for Sally Jane Wilson of Forey City. Those are the death announcements we have in-house this morning. The complete information on these and others as they become available to us can be heard this morning at 11:35 and then again at 5:10 this afternoon as part of the afternoon report here on the most information for the foothills. AM 590 WCAB Rutherfordton, and we're also on Northland Cable Channel 5 and streaming that signal on the World Wide Web this morning at www.wcab59.com. Well, the ACC championship winner was Virginia. Virginia 71, UNC 63. Too bad for the Tar Heels, but they hung in there pretty good over the series. But Virginia outdid them, 71-63.
couple of weeks ago, Minister Louis Farrakhan, Calypso Louis, spoke at a Nation of Islam event on his favorite topic, the Jews. He told his audience that powerful Jews are his enemy. He said the Jews are responsible for all the filth and degenerate behavior that Hollywood's putting out, turning men into women and women into men. So in addition to disliking Jews, Farrakhan doesn't look kindly on transgenders either. And then he issued a warning. Farrakhan has pulled the cover off the eyes of the satanic Jew, and I'm here to say, your time is up, Farrakhan said. Your world is through. You good Jews had better separate because the satanic ones will take you to hell with them because that's where they're headed. Now, if you're familiar with the career of Calypso Louis, none of this is surprising. It's nothing you haven't heard before from him. What's also no surprise is how little coverage these remarks got in the drive-by media. Tamika Mallory, co-founder Women's March Organization, attended the event and later went on social media to praise Farrakhan as the greatest of all time, the feminazi, babe. Quite a few elected Democrats, including many congressional black Caucasians, have long-standing ties to Farrakhan. They will not condemn anything he says. Nothing new there either. But they're liberals, which means they'll never get called out on this. But you have a meeting with David Duke and see what happens to you. Today's technology makes things easier because everything's connected. Your cell phone, your tablet, even your smart TV, all connected to one account. And they're all connected to your Wi-Fi. It only takes just one weak link for a cyber thug criminal to break in and obtain your data. And that's why the new LifeLock identity theft protection now adds the power of Norton security to your devices. Now, while LifeLock uses proprietary technology to detect threats to your identity, the addition of Norton security helps protect up to 5 of your devices from online threats. And if there's a problem, LifeLock's agents will work to fix it. Now, of course, no one can prevent all identity theft or cybercrime or monitor all transactions in all businesses. But new LifeLock with Norton gives you more protection for today's connected world. Join now, get 10% off your first year. Go online to LifeLock.com and enter the promo code RUSH. That's LifeLock.com. Remember, promo code RUSH.
No silly giggling, no vulgar jokes. Always family-friendly programming. From AM 590, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
Hi, I'm Johnny Erickson Tata. I remember back when I broke my neck at the age of 17, I felt like nobody understood what it was like to go from being able to use my arms and legs, playing lacrosse and styling my own hair, all the way to being paralyzed. The truth is, back then, the only quadriplegics I knew were the ones I met in the hospital. Thankfully, though, much has changed. I've had the opportunity to make wonderful friends who, like me, have disabilities, and together, we lean on each other for support and encouragement. Today, there are so many ways in which people with disabilities can stay connected, from Facebook to in-person or online support groups to camps for families with disabilities. So, if you or someone you know has a disability and you'd like to connect with others for help and encouragement, just contact us at disabilitycampaign.org. Again, that's disabilitycampaign.org.
The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304. Good morning from the Drop-In. A morning like this, you deserve a liver mush biscuit for only 99 cents and get a hot cup of 12-ounce S&D coffee for only 99 cents. A great and cheap breakfast for just $1.98. That's a pretty good, reasonable Monday morning breakfast on a day like this. Stop in over Drop-In and get that. Get 2-liter Coke and Mountain Dew products for only 99 cents or 15-pack Coke products for only $3.99. And remember, veterans get 10% off all day, every day. Drop-In Foods and Major Lee's Deli are Rutherford County Veteran Service only platinum sponsors. Get the For Real milkshakes anytime. And kids, try the new flavored Sour Patch Red Berry. Have you tried that yet? All milkshakes are only $2.98. For the month of March, the drop-in is featuring their delicious chicken wraps. That's golden fried chicken strips with your choice of honey mustard or ranch dressing, and you've got a great snack or a meal. This month only. Wraps are on sale for only $2.19, or you get two for $4.22. The drop-in is your hometown convenience store. Been that way since 1981. Come on. Drop in.
The area that was to become Yellowstone remained a secret because the Indians thought the belching terrain was the home of evil spirits, and the Indians didn't tell the whites about it because they were afraid the area had the ability to give them superior power. Back in 1827, the Philadelphia Gazette published a letter from mountain man John Coulter about the area. People started calling it Coulter's Hell. And in a way it did become his hell because no one believed him. In 1830, mountain man Jim Bridger brought back stories about Yellowstone. But because Bridger was considered a yarner, one who tells tales, when he told people about hooking a fish in cold water and then cooking it by pulling it upstream, no one believed him. In 1869, 3 mountain men set out to lay to rest the rumors about the area. During their 6-week trip, they saw Yellowstone Lake, Fountain Geyser, and thermal features. But when they returned to civilization, fearing people would call them crazy, they said nothing about it. Finally, in 1870, almost 45 years after the first stories about the wonders of Yellowstone started filtering east, Congress granted $25,000 to Ferdinand Hayden to survey the Western Territories. Hayden was an experienced explorer who was sometimes called Grasshopper Mind. But once and for all, Hayden was able to document the wonders of Yellowstone. The next time we're together, I'll have the story of Hayden's expedition and the photographer who brought back the first evidence of Yellowstone's wonders. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
Be careful out there, everybody that's on the road driving somewhere this morning. Please be careful. The roads are slick and wet and rain's coming down and a little mixture going on out there, so watch out for yourself. Now we're on the phone with Deputy Walker from the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office to get a report from the weekend. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good, sir. How are you doing?
Doing great. Thank you. Tell us what's going on.
The last 24 hours, the Sheriff's Office responded to 209 calls for service. 24 arrests were made, and the jail is currently housing 181 individuals. Starting with the incident investigation reports, Brian Hunter reported attempting breaking and entering. Emily Gregory reported a animal bite. Martha Kelly reported fraud and identity theft, misdemeanor larceny. And Eric Evans reported a misdemeanor larceny. Pardon my voice. Starting with arrest reports, Brian Torres was arrested for maintaining, place, and controlled substance, possess drug paraphernalia, and possess with intent, manufacture, sell, and deliver Schedule II controlled substance. Also, possess with intent to manufacture, sell, Schedule VI controlled substance, and simple possession of Schedule IV. Clint Toms was arrested for possess with intent to sell, deliver marijuana, maintain vehicle controlled substance, possess Schedule IV controlled substance. Robert Parker was arrested for injury to personal property, communicating threats, and assault and battery. Tyson Murray, arrested for assault and battery. Amanda Phelps, arrested for possess Schedule II controlled substance. Travis McCurry, arrested for obtaining property by false pretenses. Brandon Green, arrested for communicating threats. Victoria Morgan, arrested for second-degree trespass. Daniel Williams, second-degree trespass. Michael Hemphill, arrested for possess a controlled substance in a jail. And Sydney Suttle, arrested for failure to appear in a misdemeanor. And that's all, sir.
Edwin Walker, sound like you got a little cold going on there.
Yeah, something.
Hope you get feeling a little better. Thanks for the report. Have a great day. Be safe out there.
You too, sir. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Know how you feel sometime. 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. 10 ladies participated in the Distinguished Young Woman of Rutherford County Saturday evening. Congratulations to Natalie Flack, who was named Distinguished Young Woman of Rutherford County for 2019. Other winners include first finalist Kylie Sisk, second finalist Sydney Carpenter, and third finalist Madison Callaway. And we congratulate all the ladies that participated and stepped up to the plate to be a part of this. And congratulations to Natalie Flack, who was named Distinguished Young Woman of Rutherford County for 2019. Next phone call coming up here in just a moment.
Health insurance is complicated, and with healthcare reform on the way, it's not getting any simpler. If you've got questions, we've got agents. Your local Farm Bureau insurance agent can walk you through the changes and offer you the right healthcare plan with the right benefits for you. Healthcare may be changing, but our superior service isn't. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Here's Candy now with a report from 911 Communications Center. Candy, good morning.
Good morning.
What's on the report?
In the past 48 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications Center has processed 681 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 49 for EMS, 19 for rescue. For law enforcement, the Sheriff's Office had 209. Forest City 157, Rutherford 45, Lake Lure 17, Sendo had 110. Our fire calls, Cliffside responded to a power line fire, Ellenborough to a vehicle fire and a motor vehicle accident, Forest City to a motor vehicle accident, Hudlow to a motor vehicle accident and a vehicle fire, Spindale to a motor vehicle accident, SDO to a field fire, and Sandy Most to a structure fire assisted by SDO and Cliffside, and that's all we had.
Thanks, Candy. You have a great day.
You too.
Bye. Well, now is the time to start the pre-emergent with your lawns this year. So why don't you contact Farmer's Friend, Feed, Seed, and Supply with all the details on how to get started with your lawns for crabgrass prevention. They got the information over there. Also in stock right now, the red Pontiac seed potatoes, Kennebec seed potatoes, Yukon Gold seed potatoes. Onion sets are also available. All kinds of fertilizer you might need for your yards and your gardens, 10-10-10. $9.49 for a 50-pound bag, $3.66 for a ton of it, $17.17, $12.19 for a 50-pound bag. Why don't you check with Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supplies? They also now have propane, and you come get your tanks filled real easily, real economical at Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supplies. They're at 188 Whiteside Road, Rutherfordton. Phone number is 287-3272. Here's Ruby Taylor with the SDO Fire District report today. Ruby, good morning.
Good morning.
What's on your report today?
Well, the fire department had a field fire, and they were assisted by Cliffside and Sandy Mush. And on my birthday calendar, I've got Casey Woods, Edna Fulton, and Jeff Cochran having birthdays today, and hope they have a nice day. Signs are in the legs today and tomorrow. And just I want to plug the revival going on at the church tonight through Wednesday night at 6:30 at Sulphur Springs Baptist Church. And everyone's welcome. And that's all I got, Jim.
Thanks very much, Ruby. Enjoy your day.
You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
Steve standing by now up at Rumley Ball with our Monday morning report on the wet Monday morning. Steve, how you doing?
It is wet. How you doing, Jim? I'm doing great.
You get any flurries in that rain this morning?
No, sir. It's 41 now. It's been that since I've arrived. It was 39 at my house, just up the road. So, what is it down your way?
37.
Okay. So far, so good. Here, we received a half inch of rain overnight. So no other kind of precip, which was...
That's good.
Yeah, we were close to it to get some of the other stuff, but I'm sure some of the other folks near us in higher elevations are getting something different, and they were forecasting it anyway.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we got a half inch overnight, and it looks like on the radar we're going to be rainy for a while. And hopefully it's going to stay rainy instead of anything else.
And the wind's going to continue to be a factor this week as well. A lot of wind gusts.
Good grief. Yeah, I haven't seen that. That's going to be wonderful. Over the weekend, we got all of our road teams in. There's like 6, I think, and we got them all placed and tight but neat in the wellness parking lot over there. So a lot of folks here this week. So we're glad to have them, and we're just going to try to do what we can to provide for them. And so far, so good.
Do they continue to practice and row in the rain?
Oh, yeah. They did it in the snow one year, and they get out there in the water. Goodness. That's not how I'd want to spend my spring vacation.
No, I don't think so either.
I know they're on scholarships, but that's some pretty hard stuff. But the water's always real cold this time of year, and the folks, come from Central Florida there, they get a little bit of a shock treatment, I'm sure. The water up here is just naturally cold anyway compared to what they're used to.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we're on good right now. I was busy over the weekend, did 3 rose talks.
Wow.
The garden extension event was very successful. Debbie Clark, who chaired it, did an outstanding job getting all those folks where they needed to be. Had some excellent volunteers to assist. There were at least 125 folks there when I was there Saturday. So it was well attended, and looks like there are a lot of happy faces, except for the time I dropped the rose cane on somebody.
Oh, no.
It wasn't too bad. But yeah, those things happen. But we're good. We had a great time.
Yeah, good.
So, other than that, it's pretty slow here. Everything's up and now. We're on full go mode from our winter.
All right.
All of our restaurants and our golf courses open up. I'm sure they won't be well attended like we would expect because of the rain. But we'll see what happens.
All right. Well, keep up the good work up there, Steve, and keep us posted on anything, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, sir. We'll see you.
Bye-bye. Well, when your name's on the company, you certainly want to do your best to make your customers happy about calling on you. That's what Hutchins Pest Control is all about. Tim Hutchins is the owner, and their name's on the company. They're going to strive real hard to be honest, dependable, and on time. Hutchins Pest Control was voted best in the business 8 years in a row, and they appreciate the confidence you placed in them. They promise to continue being the best they can be in the pest control business. Honest, dependable, and on time. All that means something to us, doesn't it? Call on them to get your home or office protected. That's 287-5171. That's 287-5171. Get a free estimate when you call Hutchins Pest Control. It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the state of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697. Well, let's check in with Bob Hodgson up at Hudlow and see what he's having for breakfast this morning. Bob, how you doing?
Oh, just fine on this cold, rainy morning.
Yeah, it is one of those mornings, isn't it? You're a coffee drinker, aren't you?
Oh, that coffee tasted good this morning.
Man, yeah.
Yeah, it tasted good on this cold, rainy morning there.
Yes, sir.
I got to have my coffee to get started.
You have to get that going, get the eyes open real good.
Do I?
You have to have that coffee to get the eyes opening real good.
Well, that's right there. I can't get started without my coffee there. Oh.
Is it raining up your way?
Yes, sir. It sure is there. It's cold rain, but look like they're expecting snow up in the mountains there. But I hope they keep it up that way. 1 year, what is it? 93 blizzard was this day in 93, wasn't it?
I believe you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That blizzard. Yeah, we had close to 2 feet of snow that year there.
It's not too late, do you, for us to have some more snow?
No, it's not too late yet. Not till March is over. Well, I've seen it snow in April before.
Yeah.
So we could get more snow. Well, Jim, up there with the fire department, we've answered a couple of medical calls and a vehicle accident call on Whiteside Road, property damage only, and then a vehicle fire call on Hudlow Road. I want to say happy birthday to Barbara Hodge this morning. And also, West Point Baptist Church on Union Road will be having their Mission at Home giveaway this coming Saturday, March the 17th, and that includes a free breakfast from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. They'll be giving away food and clothes and firewood and car service checks. And, Jim, that's about it up here this morning, and I hope you have a good day and just try to stay dry now.
Thanks, Bob. You too, and I'll check in with you tomorrow morning.
All right.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Bob. It's 7:33 here this morning. We're being kind today to Myra Cantrell. Myra works over to Rutherford County Courthouse. She lives in Shallow. Rutherford Regional Health System now features its walk-in services at Forest City Family Care at 212 Allendale Drive, Forest City, just behind the Tri-City Mall. Those needing walk-in care enjoy the same great services, but now at the new location. They continue to operate Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. The scope of services remain unchanged for the walk-in patients. When you don't have an appointment but need to be seen quickly, we hope you'll choose the walk-in services now located at the rear entrance of Forest City Family Care. Washburn Store over between Boston and Sunshine always stands ready to assist you with questions. You might be looking for something that you haven't seen anywhere in a long, long time. They may have it in one of their aisles over there. They got aisles and aisles packed with some great cookware. Cookware that's very popular. People love to get their hands on that. And plenty of Pointer brand overalls for folks who enjoy wearing overalls. These are made in the good old US of A overalls. And you'll find a lot of other things. If I were you, I'd go ahead and get some of those oil lamps in case the power goes off in the summertime, spring storms, knocks the power off, a lot of windstorms. Have those lanterns ready. They got plenty of those over at Washburn Store with the oil to go in them as well. Keep your oil lamps burning. Plenty of straw hats if you're getting ready to work out in the garden, out in the field, sun visors, golf caps, all that's available, plus much, much more. Our friends over at Washburn Store would be glad to have you come by and ask questions about what they have. Let them give you the story of the history of Washburn Store between Boston and Sunshine on the Boston Sunshine Highway. Now we head over toward Cherry Mountain Fire District, and Sue Price is on the phone now to give us an update. Good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hope you are on this nice rainy morning.
Beautiful morning, isn't it?
It is. It's always a beautiful morning when you get up and get going.
That's right.
Oh, me. Well, we need the rain, I'm sure. Later on we'll be wishing for some. I enjoyed the music this morning. I liked that one by the one you said the county manager sang.
Yeah, that's a good group. They got a new CD out. Steve Garrison's on that. He's singing with that group. I enjoyed playing that.
What's the name of their group? Didn't mean to.
No, I'm right here. It's called the Skylanders.
Skylanders,
and Steve.
Well, they did a good job.
Steve is their tenor. He does a good job on that, and they've got a new CD out called Sunrise. And I'm sure if you know Steve, he's got some on hand. He'd be glad to sell you one.
Well, I enjoyed it. Although I always do. All the music, gospel music's good.
Thank you.
Got no calls from the fire department. Got one birthday on my calendar for Derek, on Fairview's calendar for Derek Smith. Nothing on my calendar for today, and nothing on First Broad. So not too many celebrating, but we hope anybody that's having a birthday or anniversary will have a good day and enjoy it. And in my announcements tomorrow, from 5 to 9 at Shelby Pizza Inn, it's a benefit for Amber. She's had brain surgery and needing help with medical bills, and I hope there'll be a good turnout for that. Her mother's a member of our community mission, GVSDC community mission group, and she's the sweetest person on earth, so I hope they'll have a good turnout for it. And so far, that's the only announcement I know of. It's just quiet and calm over this way, looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one, Jim.
Thanks, Lou. I'll see you next time.
Okay,
right,
bye-bye.
7:36 and 37 degrees here, mostly cloudy today with rain. Highs only around 44 with the wind chill value as low as 34. And that wind's will be gusting today about 17 miles an hour.
Here's what our customers think about McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry Deck Chevrolet.
We love our McCurry Deck GMC. We guarantee you'll love McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC for city.
I am definitely a McCurry Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry Deck for city. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
When you want to go to a restaurant and have a good meal and with some folks who care about you and want to make sure that you're taken good care of with great service, that'd be Gregory's. Gregory's Original over in the Park Lane Plaza, Rutherford. Perfectly cooked burgers, pasta, grinders, steaks, sandwiches. That salad bar is really outstanding. You can eat one trip salad bar or several trips of salad bar. You can get some a salad side with it and go with your meal. But you'll be hooked like many of us are. Gregory's is a Rutherford County favorite. Right in the Park Lane Plaza, they're open Monday through Friday 11 to 9, Saturdays 4 to 9. And you'll be glad you chose Gregory's when you have a friend to go with you or go by yourself. They'll make you feel welcome. You know, when you need a plumber, you want someone with a reputation of getting right out to you and getting the job done for you the right way. That'll be Olmsted Plumbing. Since 1973, the Olmsted family has been serving homeowners and builders with the best of service. From unclogging a drain to replacing fixtures and appliances to remodeling jobs, their top quality work, fair prices, and punctual service has made them the area's leading plumbing firm. Eric and Chad are continuing that family tradition, and they'd like to serve you. Call 245-7302. Experience plus equipment equals excellence. Olmsted Plumbing at 245-7302. Let's trudge up the way there to Union Mills and get the report from Brenda Kelly. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? And welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
I missed you.
Thank you. I missed being on the radio, but I get a little R&R while I was gone.
There you go. But Lou done a fine job.
She always does a good job for me.
Yeah. So that's good, and it's always good to hear her voice too.
You doing okay?
I am. We hope everybody's having a good day on this cold, rainy Monday morning. Terrible time. Way to start the Monday, ain't it? Monday's always rough anyway.
It's always a blue Monday, but when the Carolina loses the tournament, it makes it even worse.
Makes it a real blue Monday, don't it?
Well,
but at least they were there playing.
They got all the way to the end.
Yeah, so that was good. But I watched it all the way up to the last 4 minutes, and I said, I'm not going to watch them lose this game, and I went to bed.
Well, they knocked off some good teams in the process.
Oh, yeah, they did. Knocked off Duke. That was the main one.
Yep.
So that was... But you're going to have a winner, and you're going to have a loser, and you can't win every time, but I enjoy it when they do win.
There were some folks back in the early part of the season said they would never do very well this year at all, but they came back and did pretty well.
That's exactly right. They always do.
Yep, they come back.
I don't know what it is about Carolina. They can just play terrible, and all of a sudden, there they are till the very end. So we're proud of them.
Yeah, we're proud of the Tar Heels. They'll get some rest now, maybe.
That's right. Boy, that was some rough playing, I'm going to tell you. Well, let's see. I've got 34 degrees on the front porch this morning, and I've had 7/10 of an inch of rain since it started yesterday. And we got an anniversary today for Jim and Deborah Sheehan. And I don't have anything on Round Hill except the community club meeting will be tonight at 6 o'clock. And other than that, I don't have nothing. I don't have any announcements or anything. So everybody just stay warm and fix a big old pot of vegetable soup to eat today.
Hey, that sounds good.
That's what I'm going to fix and get ready to start.
With cornbread or saltines?
Cornbread.
Yeah.
I love it with cornbread.
You make it from scratch or use it out of a box?
No, I make it from scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can my tomatoes or freeze them, and I get them out, and I just cut me up some onions and okra and put some carrots in it. And now the carrots and green beans are a big can, but I canned the green beans, but I didn't can the carrots.
Oh, yeah.
And I just go from whatever, put potatoes in it, and
put a little hamburger meat in it to make it?
I make little meatballs and drop in it,
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
So everybody get your pot of soup started.
That sounds like a plan. Brenda, have a great day up there.
You have a good one. We'll catch you later.
See you. Bye-bye. That's the calendar report from Union Mills. Well, one thing you know for sure, that when you go looking for carpet and floor covering, you go to a place that sells carpet and floor covering, right? You go to a plumbing store or a hardware store, you go to a carpet store. That's Southern Carpet. They handle the best. Nothing compares to their personalized in-store attention either. Long-lasting tradition of quality is Southern Carpet every time. They have more on hand, ready to install high-quality floor products in any dealer in the area. Southern Carpet. 1512 West Main Street, across from North State Gas Company. If you want to give them a buzz, call 245-0310, 245-0310. We'll get to our next phone call here in just a moment.
One of the hottest things going on in automobile world today is the fuel-efficient Ford Escape from Sisk Family Ford. You get more value for your money with the Ford Escape, and you'll appreciate the comfort and the value in this remarkable automobile. Try one on for comfort today at Sisk Family Ford, and whenever you need top-of-the-line service on any automobile you own, be sure to bring it to the experts at Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City. Your car only needs one place to prepare for the cooler months ahead. RS Speedy Lube, Railroad Avenue, Ruth. RS Express Inspection Station can get you back on the road and keep you legal. RS Speedy Lube Station has 2 lanes to get you in and out in no time. They carry wiper blades and will rotate your tires. Complete car care altogether, including transmission flush and car wash. Count on Chris and his team to take care of all your car needs. Make it your first stop. RS Speedy Lube Service Center, Railroad Avenue in Ruth.
Now, Ellenboro is our final stop this morning as we circle the county, and we get a report from the fire district and the things that are going on in the community from Mr. Luther Gilligan. Sir, good morning.
Good morning. The dust has settled down.
No dust out there this morning?
The dust has settled.
All right, good. I like that.
It's not blowing.
Yep.
The dust is not. The rain blows a little bit, though.
Got a lot of mud out there, though, don't you?
Hey, we can play in the mud today. Have a good time out there today. Won't have to walk a half-mile swamp mud hole.
That's right.
We'll get some of them on the pavement, the potholes. But it's a good morning. Things are quiet this morning. Well, see, the fire department, they're so busy on the weekend. They had 2 car fires over the weekend, had 1 accident. They took it for Sandy Mush. Sandy Mush was tied up on a structure fire, so they took it. Then they had 1 lead liver burn. They had 4 medical calls. They had 1 public assist. So they didn't get pulled over the weekend, but things are quiet this morning. Nothing going on. Nothing planned down here. But we want to wish happy birthday today to Paulette Mogers have 1. Also, Josh Clarence have 1. And Betty Gilbert, she's having a birthday today. And also Hayden Drew. and the east side have the birthday today. So these people all have a great day and enjoy their day. And Jim, there's nothing else going on down here. You have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Luther. Stay dry over there, and I'll see you next time.
All right, take care.
Bye. Well, it's time for birthdays and anniversaries this morning. This Monday morning is the 12th of the month, March 12th. If you're celebrating a birthday, call us and let us know that, and we'll put you in the drawing for some delicious Daylight Donuts from Granny B's. That phone number is 287-3356. Meanwhile, let me talk to you about thinking about your hearing. If you're beginning to recognize there's lack of hearing taking place in one ear or both, it's time to talk with Lisa Terry at Miracle Ear. That's right. Lisa can help you answer all your questions about what it's like to have a hearing instrument. If you're ready for a positive change in your hearing, contact Miracle Ear. Millions of satisfied Miracle Ear customers around the world are using the equipment. No better name, better respected, and well-known brand in hearing aids than Miracle Ear. Schedule your free hearing test by calling 828-368-4126 today and talk with Lisa about a time you could go by and do that free hearing test. It's very easy. It doesn't take long at all and no obligation whatsoever. Forest City office is 1512 West Main Street, Suite 102. Phone number is 368-4126. Well, our buddies over at Henson Building Material, I tell you, I'm so proud of those guys. They really know how to do an operation and put folks and customers satisfied and happy. You know, when you go into Henson's, you know, they're more than just a lumber yard anymore. They do so much more. They got a lot of things that you'd buy someplace else. But if you have a question about what you might need for this particular place in your home, this particular power tool you might need, or this particular plumbing question you might have, or door hardware, or cleaning supply, you get somebody to help you. You've got somebody there to be glad to answer your questions and help you decide what's best for you. Now, you don't have to stand in line. You don't have to stand out there wondering where everybody is. They're there to help you. They don't press you. They don't follow you around, but they give you a chance to do some shopping. Then if you have need, they'll help you. Get anything for your house, from electrical to plumbing to power tools to door hardware to cleaning supplies, and on I could go. One of the many things that makes Henson Building Materials such a popular place to shop is their customer service. You get customer service, positive customer service. That's one of the reasons they've grown over the years. Started out as a sawmill back in 1938, and they've evolved into meeting the needs of our changing community. And you'll find Henson Building Materials, if you haven't been in a long time, you'll be surprised what they have in stock there for you. Why don't you go by and see them? The team over there, they have over 100 years of combined experience. A lot of things I could tell you about Henson Building, and I'll tell you about some of them as time moves on. But I want you to go by and see them real soon. They're on Duke Street, Forest City. Henson Building Material, more than just a lumber yard. They're open 7:30 to 5 Monday through Friday, 8 to 12 on Saturday, and they got special discounts for veterans as well on selected items. So ask about that. If you're a veteran, they'd love to take care of you. That's really something to crow about. It's the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's in Spindale. Get yours today while they're fresh. They're good. They're delicious. It's Daylight Donuts. It's something to crow about. Happy birthday. Well, happy birthday to Myra Cantrell. She lives in Shiloh, works at Rutherford County Courthouse. Also, Hannah Scruggs over in Rutherfordton is having a birthday. I want to wish Hannah a happy. Also, Chloe Rumfeld is 4 down in Forest City. Todd Calvert is 46 over in Forest City. And Sheila Womack, Forest City, is a school teacher. Her birthday was yesterday, so we want to wish all these folks a happy. Also celebrating today is Jim and Deborah Sheehan. It's their anniversary today, so congratulations to all these folks. We'll find out who's going to enjoy the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's here in just a moment. Spencer Pintuff's also celebrating today with a birthday. You want to wish him a happy.
A favorite nursery rhyme goes like this. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall, Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. According to those who know about such things, this piece of wisdom is a relic thousands of years old. Versions have appeared in 8 European languages. In its primitive stages, however, Humpty Dumpty was a riddle. It asked the question, what, when broken, can never be repaired, not even by strong or wise individuals? The answer is an egg. Regardless of how hard we try, a broken egg can never be put back together again. We simply have to learn to live with a mess. Our lives can be as fragile as an egg, and sometimes they can even get as messed up. Wrong decisions, bad choices, and unavoidable circumstances can turn a thing of beauty into despair. But a broken life doesn't have to stay that way. Oh, it is true that we cannot always put life back to its original design, but when we turn the pieces over to God, He is able to bring beauty out of ashes. He has a master design for each of our lives, and even when that design has been marred and scarred by our choices, He is able to refurbish it. The key is to let Him put it back together. This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living. Why not visit our webpage at bwb.net/keys.
Congratulations going out to Hannah Scruggs of Rutherfordton. She's a lucky winner of the Daylight Donuts from Granny B's. Her name was drawn from the list of names called in this morning. Hannah Scruggs, congratulations. And we'll have a certificate over here for you. And coming up next hour, we're going to find out where some jobs are. Terry Thomas will be talking about where the job market is and where you can find a job. And 8:30 this morning, Word of Faith will be in to talk about their side of the story, get their stories out as they face the answers of accusations been made against them. They'll be here at 8:30 this morning, live in the studio.
Yes, me, I'm in love again. And the love is in you know what I mean? Yes, I do. And I'm saving all my love in jail for you. Need your loving and I need it back. You're like a dog when it's going mad. Oh, baby, oh, baby, won't you give your love to me? Any minute and money more. Told me what me really want. Oh, baby, don't you let your dog. Yes, me, I'm in love again. And the love is in you know when. You know that you. Yes, I do. And I'm saving all my love in jail for you. Need your loving and I need it bad. You're like a dog when it's going mad. Oh, baby, don't you let your dog bite me.
Dum 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 be dooby dum 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 be dooby dum 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 be dooby dum wah 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 dum 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 be dooby dum 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 be dooby dum 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 be dooby dum.
MCN News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. There are winter weather advisories for parts of central and eastern North Carolina and winter weather warnings for western North Carolina today. Jonathan Blaze is a meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Raleigh.
I would just think of maybe a blob, if you will, of heavier precipitation that's going to develop just east in the mountains mid-morning and then kind of slip across the Triad and then east and southeast across the Triangle toward the evening rush hour, and then off down toward places like Goldsboro and Rocky Mount just after dinner time.
Nearly 4 weeks after the Florida school massacre, the White House is officially announcing which changes in gun policy it will support. CBS News correspondent Major Garrett is at the White House with details.
President Trump's initial willingness to consider and even advocate for some new gun control measures has evaporated amid NRA lobbying and resistance from the Republican-led Congress. White House proposals will instead focus on mental health issues and arming certain school personnel in general. NRA priorities both.
A North Carolina man has been arrested for the 1986 murder of a state police officer's sister. State police spokesman David Procopio says 61-year-old Michael Arthur Hand of Troutman near Charlotte is in custody in the state for the murder of 15-year-old Tracy Gilpin of Kingston in 1986. Checking this weekend's box office, CBS News' Diane King Hall reports that Black Panther took in plenty of green.
Black Panther took in an estimated $41 million over the weekend and is now the 7th highest grossing domestic release ever with $562 million in ticket sales. A Wrinkle in Time debuted in second place with $33 million, and The Strangers Pray at Night took third place.
Officials in Wilson County say a man was unhurt when he crash-landed a single-engine plane in an open field. The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating. You're listening to NCN News.
Everything's coming up fresh and new, and it's true on UNC TV's Spring Fundraiser. Tune in to UNC TV tonight for informative and entertaining specials. First up at 8, Tell Them We're Rising. Tells the story of black colleges and universities. Then at 10, enjoy sacred and secular songs in a stunning concert from the New York Cantors. Don't miss UNC TV's Spring Fundraiser. It all starts tonight at 8. See what's on at unctv.org/specials.
The Powerade State Games of North Carolina are coming this June to the Piedmont Triad. Registration is open for athletes of all ages and skill levels in 24 different sports. The Powerade State Games feature 13,000 athletes and 700 teams. Don't miss out on the largest sports festival of the year. Visit PoweradeStateGames.org today. The Powerade State Games are brought to you by BB&T, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of North Carolina, and Lowe's Foods. For more information, visit PoweradeStateGames.org.
An eastern North Carolina community is mourning the loss of an Edgecombe County Sheriff's deputy after officials say he died on the line of duty on Sunday evening. Edgecombe County Sheriff Cleveland Atkinson says it happened around 6:17 p.m. when a deputy died in a car accident on NC Highway 122-111. The New York City Fire Department says 5 people are dead after a helicopter crash into the East River on Sunday night. 2 of the passengers were pronounced dead at the scene. The other 3 died of their injuries after being hospitalized. WCVS-TV's Janelle Burrell reports.
Fire Commissioner Nigro says the water temperature and conditions made it difficult for divers to get to the victims.
They worked very quickly, as fast as they could. That's 50 feet of water there. There was a 4-mile-an-hour current, and the temperature is below 40. So everyone worked very hard. It's a great tragedy.
Liberty Helicopters has had 2 previous crashes, both in the Hudson River. One in 2007 where the aircraft fell into the water and everyone survived. And another in 2009 when one of their choppers collided with a small plane. 9 people were killed.
Officials in Greensboro see an area around Piedmont Triad Airport as the potential source of a contaminant in its drinking water. As Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince gets ready for a visit to the U.S. this month, there are new allegations of abuse against some of his country's most wealthy businessmen.
Detained in a 5-star hotel in Riyadh, seemingly a gilded cage, but the reality was reportedly much darker. That crackdown on corruption so publicly embarked upon by Mohammed bin Salman did indeed compel many Saudi royals and businessmen to sign over billions, but the New York Times reports it did so through a pattern of coercion and physical abuse that left at least 17 detainees hospitalized and 1 dead. The Saudi government calling the allegations absolutely untrue. Vicki Barker.
Get your message to the thousands. Call the WCAB sales department today at 287-3356.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen.
School safety at the White House. The Trump administration today set to formally endorse school safety and gun proposals. ABC's Karen Travers is at the White House with more.
President Trump is backing away from his call to raise the minimum age to purchase a firearm to 21 years old, a position that the NRA is fiercely opposed to. The president in recent weeks has urged lawmakers to not be afraid of the powerful gun rights organization. But now his administration is punting on the issue, saying it should be a state-based discussion.
The president's backing a bill to upgrade the country's background check system. The administration also creating a school safety commission led by the Secretary of Education. The investigation is underway after a deadly helicopter crash in New York City. It went down in the East River last night. Here's ABC's Aaron Katursky.
The pilot, Rick Vance of Danbury, Connecticut, was the only survivor. He was quickly able to free himself and was plucked out of the water to safety. He's been talking to investigators. Initially, in his Mayday call, he reported engine failure. The NTSB will work to confirm that as its investigation gets underway. The passengers all died. 4 males, 1 female.
Officials say the doors of the helicopter were open when it hit the water. It had been chartered for a photo shoot. Problems at 2 fertility clinics are putting thousands of families at risk of losing the ability to have children. ABC News has learned on the same day refrigeration failed at clinics in Cleveland. It also happened at a clinic in San Francisco. Amber Ash, a patient at the Ohio clinic, is now suing
the pilot, Rick.
I find it very hard to believe that in this day and age there are not better safeguards and practices that could be put in place.
Another nor'easter aimed at New England, the third in less than 2 weeks.
It's not going to be a bomb cyclone as far as strength goes, but it will be a little farther offshore. That means most everybody gets snow. The farther east you go, the more snow you will get. So this could be Boston's largest snowstorm of the year with up to 2 feet of snow there.
You're listening to ABC News.
With the stock market at all-time highs, cash in your profits now and invest in an asset that can potentially pay for up to 20 or more years. That's the sound of a producing oil well and the sound of a smart investment. If you're an SEC-defined accredited investor, you can take advantage of Encore Energy's projects. Call now to learn how you can potentially achieve 20 or more years of income and deduct 100% of every dollar invested against all forms of income. Call 1-800-803-8511. That's 1-800-803-8511. Oil investments involve a high degree of risk and actual results may vary.
It's time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Zoom gives you flawless video, crystal clear audio, and instant sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit Zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's Zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
At least 38 people are dead after a plane crash at an airport in Kathmandu. ABC's Tom Rivers is at the foreign desk with more.
Rescuers and soldiers are at the scene. Witnesses say it swerved, crashed, and then burst into flames as it landed. The U.S. Bangla airline plane is based in Dhaka and flies to several domestic and international destinations. It broke into a number of large sections. A heavy lifting crane has been brought in.
The funeral is set for today for a police officer from the small town of Clinton, Missouri, killed in the line of duty. Officer Ryan Morton is the second police officer from the Clinton force killed in the past year. President Trump getting ready to hit the campaign trail a lot this fall. ABC's Tara Palmieri has the story after the president's weekend rally in western Pennsylvania.
Keep America great! Exclamation point.
President Trump was in his element at a rally in Steel Country where he touched on everything from his 2020 campaign to North Korea to the idea of the death penalty for drug dealers. One White House official said he was happy to be there even though he was campaigning for what they called a weak candidate. They said to expect President Trump to hit the campaign trail as many as 4 to 5 times per week before the midterms. Tara Palmieri, ABC News, the White House.
Niagara Falls wants married couples, lots of them. Officials want to try to set the world record for marriage vow renewals at a ceremony in June. This is ABC News.
People make your business work. But how do you find the right talent? ZipRecruiter. One click posts your job to over 100 top job boards. Then, smart matching technology instantly alerts quality candidates about your job. No wonder 80% of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
To try ZipRecruiter for free, just go to ZipRecruiter.com/newsradio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/newsradio.
I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
You're really missing out if you haven't tried the delicious food at Jesse James Railroad Express. Check out the burgers, clubs, hot dogs, fresh salads, taco salads, chicken and tuna salad plates, and of course, delicious Davis donuts and hand-dipped ice cream. They offer a terrific breakfast with made-to-order fresh just for you. They're open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. until 6 p.m. Call out orders at 447-4644. Jesse James Railroad Express, Railroad Avenue, Rutherford. Railroad Express has received an award for the best coffee shop and the best hamburgers and hot dogs. And mention this ad and get a regular hot dog with mustard, chili, and onions, only 99 cents, Mondays only.
We'll see mainly cloudy, breezy, and cold conditions today with periods of rain that could change over to a wintry mix of snow and sleet. We could see some areas accumulate anywhere from a trace to as much as 2 or 3 inches, mainly for the northern half or so of the state. Highs will range from mid-30s in the north to mid-40s in the far south. Temperatures may fall some through the day. Looks like overnight tonight we'll have clearing skies. It'll be breezy and colder, lows mid-20s to around 30. There may be some areas of black ice or frozen slush. I'm Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
6 minutes after 8 o'clock with 37 degrees here in Rutherfordton, and we're looking for some breezy conditions throughout the day today. Wind gusting to about 17 miles per hour. Wind chill value as low as 34. We're going to have a little bit of possibly a mixture in there. You may see some snow flurries popping on your windshield, but nothing major, nothing accumulating whatsoever. Now tonight, few clouds with a chance of rain, lows around 31. Now, that may turn into some kind of freezing condition tonight if it stays at 31 and it continues to rain. Tomorrow, mostly sunny. We'll have sun for 2 or 3 days there, and the rain comes back into forecast for Saturday and Sunday of this coming week. Right now, though, it's rainy. It's Monday, and it's 37 degrees. Congratulations to Hannah Scruggs of Rutherfordton. She won the Daylight Donuts this morning from drawing. And we're being kind to Myra Cantrell of Shallow. She works at the courthouse in Rutherfordton. It's her birthday. Want to wish her happy. Now on Monday morning, we like to check in with Terry Thomas to find out where some jobs are for the markets. And here he is on the phone right now. Terry, good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
A little bit soaked, but other than that, I'm fine.
I can understand that. Tell us where some jobs are, Terry.
Okay. We're going to start in the Forest City area. We have a shipping clerk for a manufacturing plant. This job does require a high school diploma and or GED, and the pay depends upon experience. We also have a tester position for a manufacturing plant. This job does require a high school diploma, and the pay depends upon experience. We have a youth advocate position. This is a part-time job. This job requires an associate's degree and at least 1 year experience dealing with youth and younger. The pay on this job is from $10 to $12.50 an hour, depending upon experience. We also have a deli clerk for the Forest City area. This job requires 6 months experience working in a deli. This job pays from $7.75 to $8.25 an hour, depending upon experience. Over in the Columbus area, we have a production worker position. This job requires a high school diploma and or GED and at least 6 months of manufacturing experience, and the pay depends upon experience. Over in the Tryon area, we have a shipping and receiving clerk. This job pays anywhere from $9 to $13.50 an hour, depending upon experience. In the Rutherfordton area, we have a general labor position working in a sawmill. This job does not require any experience, and the pay is $9 to $10 an hour, depending upon experience. In the construction side, we have a bridge superintendent and a culvert superintendent. Both of these jobs require a high school diploma and at least 5 years experience working with North Carolina Department of Transportation requirements. These jobs pay anywhere from $50,000 to $80,000 a year, depending upon experience. We do have various RN positions and CNA positions and in home care, and the pay varies depending upon experience. And these are just a few of the jobs that we have available at the Rutherford County NC Works Career Center. We are located at 223 Charlotte Road, Rutherfordton. For more information on these or other jobs, you can call us at 286-3 3042, or you can go on our website at www.ncworks.gov.
Terry Thomas, thank you so very much, and you have a great week.
You too.
Thanks. See you. And it's 10 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock this morning. Yeah, for the best in laundry and dry cleaning, you can trust your clothes to Folks Cleaners. Professional cleaning every time. To look your best, drop them off at Rockwood Plaza location. They're in Forest Eating at one-day service. Drop them in today, pick them up tomorrow. Use the convenient drive-up window for special service. When it's raining like this, you don't need to get ID card. Just send them right through the door there. Look your best with clothes cleaned at Folks Cleaners in Forest Eating, and ask about the senior discount.
Try H&R Block this tax season and pay half what you paid your other guy last year. That's expert tax prep and a maximum refund guaranteed for half the cost. Walk in or make an appointment at hrblock.com. Get your taxes won.
Subject to a $125 minimum charge. Last year's receipt required. Limited time offer. Participating locations only.
If you have tax questions, we have answers. Visit the H&R Block in Rutherford County today.
Here's a date you will want to remember, March 16th and 17th. Why is that date important? Well, because Henson Building Material is having a spring cleaning sale. Boy, is this a big one. They will be selling doors, windows, cabinets, coal lumber, damaged plywood, paint, and miscellaneous hardware. The sale is Friday, March 16th from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. and Saturday, March 17th, 8 a.m. until 11 a.m. All sales are final, but boy, what an opportunity to get super deals during the spring cleaning sale. Put it on your calendar or put it in your smartphone, but just remember that's March 16th and 17th at Henson Building Material, Duke Street, Forest City. All sale items will be heavily discounted.
Coming to the Foundation Performing Arts Center in Spindale, Isothermal Community College welcomes Hotel California, the original tribute band to the Eagles. On Saturday, March 17th at 7:30 p.m., come celebrate the recreated sound of the Eagles since 1986. Sing along with well-known favorites like Life in the Fast Lane. Hotel California. Take it easy. And Heartache Tonight. For tickets, contact the Foundation box office, open Tuesday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 286-9990. Again, that's 286-9990. Or online at foundationshows.org.
Our sheriff, Chris Francis, is running for re-election May the 8th, and he is the only candidate who knows the office of sheriff from the ground up. Under his command, the last 7+ years, he has displayed leadership and management skills and has established a professional department. Morale is the best in years, and the crime rate is down. Sheriff Francis is a native of Rutherford County. He has a B.S. degree in criminal justice and has a sterling reputation in the county and amongst his peers. Give Sheriff Francis and his deputies a vote of confidence for the job well done on May the 8th. Paid for by Ken and Kathy Staggs.
Looking at some stories from here and there this morning, the Daily Courier is reporting about the health department has said the skunk over in Ellenboro area tests positive for rabies. On March 6th, the Rutherford County Health Department was notified of a suspicious skunk around the Marlboro Drive in Ellenboro. The health department was notified that the skunk was positive for rabies Thursday, March 8th. No human exposure was reported, however. Contact the Rutherford County Health Department if you know of anything having to do with the rabid skunk. Rabies is a fatal yet preventable disease if post-exposure is administered. Rabies is transmitted by the bite of an infected animal or via contamination of open wounds or mucous membranes with potentially infectious materials such as saliva. So be careful and watch out for those, but that one was considered rabid, that skunk there in Ellenboro. 10 ladies participated in the Distinguished Young Woman at Rutherford County Saturday night at the Foundation. Congratulations to Natalie Flack, who was named Distinguished Young Woman of Rutherford County for 2019. Other winners included first finalist Kylie Sisk, second finalist Sydney Carpenter, and third finalist Madison Calloway. Congratulations to all 10 of them who stepped up to the plate to compete for this program. Congratulations to all of them, and especially Natalie Flack, who was named Distinguished Young Woman of the Year. Well, a North Carolina pastor who claimed she had a crippling disease is being sued by her insurer. which says it found church Facebook photos of her going down a slide and playing skee ball. Charlotte Observer is reporting that Cynthia McCulloch of Charlotte told her insurer that reflex sympathetic dystrophy left her unable to bathe and dress. She said she needed constant home care, according to the lawsuit filed by New York Life in federal court in Charlotte on Friday. Reflex sympathetic dystrophy is a rare and chronic nervous system disorder that causes severe pain, according to the National Organization for Rare Disorders. McCulloch has received about $389,500 from her comprehensive long-term care insurance policy since 2010, the lawsuit said. The insurer wants its money back. The lawsuit says McCulloch was freely moving about, lifting objects into her SUV without problem. When the insurer conducted surveillance on December 30th, 2016 and January 1st, 2017, she drove about 50 miles to a church in Rutherfordton, where she apparently is a pastor, according to the lawsuit. A church news listing on RutherfordWeekly.com in August listed McCulloch as pastor of St. John AME Zion Church in Rutherfordton. Church members told the Observer that the church has had a new pastor since last fall. Further surveillance over 15 days in 2017 showed her driving to a doctor's office, a bank, 2 restaurants, and a gas station where she pumped her own gas, the lawsuit said. Twice again, she drove to Rutherfordton to attend church. When New York Life told her in July 2017 that it was cutting off her payments, McCulloch appealed. According to the lawsuit, she claimed her disease was severe and debilitating. McCulloch did not return a message from the Observer while doing this story. Well, officials in South Carolina say a rising number of staged automobile crashes are becoming a problem in the state, so you need to watch out for that here in North Carolina as well. The Post and Courier of Charleston cited authorities who said faked crashes were part of a scam that resulted in charges filed in November against 10 PD area residents for insurance fraud involving nearly $300,000 in altered medical bills. The newspaper also cited a report in which perpetrators of fake car accidents in Dillon and Florence counties struck each other with boards and threw each other into the trees to create injuries they said happened in wrecks which authorities determined were staged. Attorney General Alan Wilson said the problem puts innocent drivers at risks and costs taxpayers because emergency crews have to respond to those scenes. What they do, they pretend there's an accident. They'll run into you or cause an accident. Then they'll sue the insurance company. They run into you, they'll sue your insurance company. So there's a lot of fake accidents that are taking place out there. I've been hearing about this a long time, and now it's showing up again down in South Carolina. So just be observant here in North Carolina. Well, the Florida City Owls are having their annual open house at McNair Field Saturday, April the 7th, between noon and 3 o'clock. As has become their custom, the Owls will give away free hot dogs and sodas along with their new ice product for children. Attendees will have an opportunity to meet and chat with owners as well as the Owls staff. It is a great opportunity to recommend any ideas that you may have to improve the game day entertainment. Further, the Owls will update you on our league rule changes for 2018 as well as give out rosters for the incoming players so that you may follow their 2018 collegiate season. It's also an opportunity to have children run the bases at McNair Field as well as many other fun ideas for the kids. 18 minutes after 8 o'clock. Now hear this. Have you heard the 3 big lies about Medicaid eligibility? First, if you need a nursing home, Medicaid will take your house. That's not true. Second, if you transfer assets, you have to wait 60 months to qualify. That's not true. And third, if you're already in a nursing home, it's too late to protect your assets. That's not true. Please call attorneys Gerald N. Willis, Ken Pullman, or Martin Gerard at the Arledge Law Firm for a free consultation and learn the truth about Medicaid and eligibility and nursing home care in North Carolina. It's more likely than you think that you may qualify and not lose everything you own. Call the Arledge Law Firm today at 287-3338, located on East Court Street in Rutherfordton. Again, that's 287-3338. Did you know that Rutherford County's largest pediatrics practice has 5 providers to serve the children and youth of this area? And even better, Rutherford Children's Care is welcoming new patients. With 3 physicians and 2 mid-level providers, the group is available to examine, diagnose, and treat patients from birth to age 18. Rutherford Children's Care is conveniently located at 162 Commercial Drive in Forest City, just behind Big Dave's Restaurant. To schedule an appointment, call Rutherford Children's Care at 828 287-9325.
Hi, this is Tammy with the Home Medical Department at Smith's Drugs of Forest City. We have a 10-in-1 foot pillow that will help with comfort for sleeping or reading and can be used to elevate the knees, and it can help ease back, muscles, and is hypoallergenic for $34.99. Come see us at the Home Medical Department at Smith's Drugs in Forest City, 139 East Main Street.
Here now is Deputy Walker. He gave us a report from the Sheriff's Department earlier this morning, and we recorded it for broadcast at this time. Deputy Walker?
The last 24 hours, the Sheriff's Office responded to 209 calls for service. 24 arrests were made, and the jail is currently housing 181 individuals. Starting with the incident investigation reports, Brian Hunter reported attempting breaking and entering. Emily Gregory reported a animal bite. Martha Kelly reported fraud and identity theft, misdemeanor larceny. And Eric Evans reported a misdemeanor larceny. Starting with arrest reports, Brian Torres was arrested for maintaining, place, and controlled substance, possess drug paraphernalia, and possess with intent, manufacture, sell, and deliver Schedule II controlled substance. Also, possess with intent to manufacture, sell, Schedule VI controlled substance, and simple possession of Schedule IV. Clint Toms was arrested for possess with intent to sell, deliver marijuana, maintain vehicle controlled substance, possess Schedule IV controlled substance. Robert Parker was arrested for injury to personal property, communicating threats, and assault and battery. Tyson Murray arrested for assault and battery. Amanda Phelps arrested for possess Schedule II controlled substance. Travis McCurry arrested for obtaining property by false pretenses. Brandon Green arrested for communicating threats. Victoria Morgan arrested for second-degree trespass. Daniel Williams, second-degree trespass. Michael Hemphill arrested for possess a controlled substance in a jail. And Sidney Suttle arrested for failure to appear in a misdemeanor. And that's all, sir.
Hello, this is Dwayne Hunt with Insurance Service Associates. Are you on disability? Or maybe you're on Medicare? Or maybe both? Come see me, Dwayne Hunt at Insurance Service Associates, about a Medicare Advantage product brought to you by Humana. Please give me a call, 245-5301 at Insurance Service Associates, 127 East Trade Street, Forest City.
No silly giggling, no vulgar jokes, always family-friendly programming. From AM 590, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
Sports update coming up here in just a couple of minutes, and then following that, look at a quick weather forecast, and then Word of Faith Speaks Out right here live on WCAB and on Northland Cable Channel 5 and streaming on the World Wide Web, www.wcab59.com. Stand by.
in the tournament's first 4. The winner will move on to play Xavier Friday in Nashville. Duke is the 2 seed in the Midwest region, and they'll play 15 seed Iona Thursday afternoon, and the 13 seed in the West region. They'll play number 4 seeded Gonzaga Thursday in Boise. Also in Idaho is the Atlantic 10 winner Davidson. Number 12 seed in the South region will play 5 seed Kentucky Thursday in Boise. Kevin Harvick raced to his 3rd straight NASCAR Cup Series win, holding off Kyle Busch for his record-extending 9th win at ISM Raceway in Phoenix on Sunday. An admittedly mad Harvick patted the back window of his number 4 Ford in celebration. It was a nod to penalties, in part fueled by social media photos last week of his buckled rear window after his victory in Las Vegas.
It was kind of a weird weekend, as I was mad.
That's a weird weekend.
I was mad.
I was like, what's weird about that?
I was mad all week. And, succeeding in these types of moments with all that controversy swirling around you, there's nothing better. There's nothing louder than the actions of parking that car in victory lane.
Harvick's the first driver to win 3 straight Cup races since 2015. This is NCN Sports.
Break away from the everyday to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
Okay, in less than 30 seconds, I know I can make you hungry. Ready? Here we go. Chicken breast, chicken wing, drumstick, pulled pork barbecue, potato salad, coleslaw, sweet iced tea. I don't know about you, but I'm starving. Where am I going? I'm headed to Smithfield's.
Break away from the everyday to Smithfield's Chicken and Barbecue.
A Democrat in the governor's mansion, an unconventional Republican in the White House, new state, House, and Senate election maps, all important factors for politics and public policy in North Carolina. What does it all mean? Carolina Journal has the answers, available each month as a free newspaper, every day online at carolinajournal.com. Carolina Journal, your #1 source for government news that affects you. Visit carolinajournal.com today.
Paul Casey got between Tiger Woods and his first PGA victory in 5 years. Casey fired a 6-under 65 to close a 1-stroke win over Woods and Patrick Reed in the Valspar Championship at Innsbruck. Woods talked about what he was thinking as he lined up for a birdie putt from just inside 45 feet on 17. A shot which he drained that charged the record crowd and got him within 1 shot of the leader.
Just get the right speed. Just putt to the picture and get the right speed. And it took forever for that grain to take it, and they finally did it at the very end.
Tiger told PGAtour.com his game is sharpening up, and he's looking forward to the Arnold Palmer Invitational at Bay Hill in Orlando later this week.
I haven't played Arnold's tournament in a couple of years now. It's going to be good for me to go back. I've had some great memories there. Not only have I won there a few times, but in Orlando I used to live there. My kids were born there, so it's a great town, great atmosphere.
Josh Zach, NCN Sports. We'll see mainly cloudy, breezy, and cold conditions today with periods of rain. They could change over to a wintry mix of snow and sleet. We could see some areas accumulate anywhere from a trace to as much as 2 or 3 inches, mainly for the northern half or so of the state. Highs will range from mid-30s in the north to mid-40s in the far south. Temperatures may fall some through the day. Looks like overnight tonight we'll have clearing skies. It'll be breezy and colder, lows mid-20s to around 30. There may be some areas of black ice or frozen slush. I'm Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Still light rain falling here in the foothills, 37 degrees. We're getting up to 44 for a daytime high with a lot of wind. The wind's going to be a factor today, wind gusting to about 17 miles per hour. And tonight, few clouds with a chance of rain, lows around 31. The recorded weather forecast says there may be a possibility of some mixture of rain. We had a few mixture this morning, but most of ours are going to be rain, I believe. Maybe tonight, as it drops to 31, there may be a little bit of mixture in there, so watch out for that. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, and then mostly sunny again on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. And then Saturday and Sunday, rain returns to the forecast. Again, right now, cloudy, rainy, and 37 degrees. And it's 8:30. Welcome to the Word of Faith Responds. This series of programs will address the issues concerning the negative news reports. This program is paid for by Word of Faith, and the views expressed on this program are not necessarily the views of the management and staff of WCAB. Now here is Word of Faith Responds.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome again to Word of Faith Responds. Thank you so much for listening again. We have so enjoyed sharing with you our hearts here at the Word of Faith Fellowship, and you've heard so many stories from all different backgrounds, and today we have just a wonderful young couple with us. I have Christopher and Hannah Davies with us. Hannah is actually an attorney with our law firm, Farmer & Morris Law, here in Rutherford, Rutherfordton, and we are just blessed to have her. She does a great job. She actually practices with Social Security disability claims. She handles wills, and she also handles car accidents along with me. We work together throughout the day, and we just have a great time, and she just does such a good job. Hannah actually moved to our church with her family many, many years ago when she was a child, all the way from Ireland. So her family's from Ireland. We actually heard from her dad on a program a little while back, her dad Andy, and so it's really been a miracle how God brought her family here to the Word of Faith Fellowship, and you're going to hear her share about how that happened. She came here at a young age, and she grew up at the Word of Faith Christian School, graduated there. She went on to Gardner-Webb, where she graduated at the top of her class, and then she went on to Elon Law School, where she graduated #1 in her law school class. She actually went on to obtain a clerkship with a federal judge, one of the federal judges over the Western District of North Carolina. Actually, she was the first law school student at Elon Law School who ever was able to get a clerkship. So she worked for the federal judge for 1 year right out of law school, and then after that she came and joined our law firm, and we've been blessed to have her. Her husband is with her, Christopher, as well. Christopher was actually one of the very first babies born at the Word of Faith Fellowship way back when after the church started, and so he's excited to claim that. He shares about that a lot. Christopher, so he grew up all his life at the Word of Faith Fellowship, and his parents, Connie and Charles Davies, you have heard from them if you were listening to past programs. They were on a program, and they shared all about what God did in their life, and it was really just a wonderful testimony. So that is Chris's parents, and so Chris was raised at the Word of Faith Fellowship, and he went on, graduated from the Christian school, and he got an engineering degree. He graduated at the top of his class, and so they are here today. And so you have two young couple, really precious couple, and they're going to share with you all the things that God's done in their life. They're going to share about the things as they grew up at the Word of Faith Fellowship, things that God did in their hearts. So let's go ahead and start with Christopher. Christopher, would you share with us about your life?
Sure, Mark. Thank you very much, and thank you, Jim, for having us here today. It's such an honor for Hannah and I to be here. And we just wanted to share with everyone listening today that we're a young couple that's grown up in the church most of our life, Hannah most of her life, and like Mark said, I've been here all my life. Now 30 years, believe it or not, Mark. Just goes by so fast. The older you get, it seems like. And it's been a wonderful life. I know you've heard a lot, you've seen a lot on the TV, you heard a lot from the AP about our church, and it's all a lie. Like I said, I've been here 30 years, and every single bit that you hear is nothing but a lie. Hannah and I have had a wonderful life serving Jesus and fellowshipping with everyone at the church. As Mark said, my mom and dad are Charles and Connie Davies. They've been wonderful parents to me and both my siblings. I have a younger sister, Caroline, and an older brother, Justin. We've gone along great together. Never experienced abuse in the church, in the school, at home. And most young people, I don't think, can say that they never experienced strife either. I know my mom and dad always told us that we came to this church because we needed help with our marriage, because our marriage was falling apart because of strife, and we're not going to have strife in our family. And ever since I was a little boy, I just remember that there's no strife in this family. The only thing I ever felt my whole life was nothing but love. And as Mark said, I was the second baby born in the church. I was the first baby boy born in the church. So I'm here to say today I'm a proud member of the Word of Faith Fellowship and a proud alumnus of our Christian school. I couldn't have a better school and a better church for all my life. And I plan to be here the rest of my life until Jesus takes us home. And without any doubt, I've had the best parents and the best life any young person could ask for. I mean, what else can you ask for but parents that train you up in the ways of God and teach you the most important things in life? You know, a lot of people seek after money, a lot of people seek after fame, but my parents have taught me the most important thing is serving Jesus and loving Jesus with all that's in your heart. And out of that place, the second most important thing is people. You know, you can't take anything else to heaven but people. And my parents, as most people know in the community, have reached out. They're in the nursing home ministry, which I've gone there multiple times, especially when I was younger. And that's just the most important thing in life is sharing Jesus with people and doing everything we can just to be a blessing to people. And that's what I just remember from my early childhood, is just growing up in the church with my mom, as she did everything in the church, as she prepared the food, as she prepared for events, was just being a blessing. It's been in my heart ever since I was a little boy, what Jesus said, that he came not to be waited on, but he came to serve. You know, he says also that he who wants to be the greatest in the kingdom of heaven must be the servant of all. And I'm not trying to be the greatest, but I'm just trying to be the servant that God wants me to be. And, you know, growing up here for 30 years, it's just like everybody's family. I mean, I've been here, I've seen a lot of people come, I've seen a lot of people leave. I was here before Mark came. I'm sure I don't remember Mark coming, and I'm sure Mark remembers me as a little boy, and now he's seeing my little son grow up. And it's just like we're just one big family. We just enjoy helping each other. And so I attended the Word of Faith Christian School at from preschool all the way up through 12th grade. And I had some of the most best, loving teachers. I know Hannah is going to share about it also. I mean, they were just so wonderful to each and every one of us. I couldn't ask for anybody or any teachers any better. And there's, like I said before, there's been never abuse in the church, never abuse in the school. All we had was nothing but love, compassion. They would stay up day and night just to help us, to make sure we got it. And I know Hannah will share, I mean, we both excelled very well in school and had a lot of friends in the school. A lot of the friends that you hear now speaking out in the AP were Hannah and I's friends, actually. I was one class below Hannah, so a lot of them were either in my class or in Hannah's class. And I know you've seen on the AP an article that came out reporting about Jamie Anderson. And Jamie alleges all these things happen, especially while he was in his younger years at the school. Jamie and I were in the same class, as the picture showed, from ever since he came all the way up through 12th grade. We had just a great time together. Nothing of what he said ever happened. I just remember playing together, going on field trips together. I remember pictures of Jamie and I going apple picking together when we were a little younger. And it was just wonderful as far as I knew. I mean, he was treated great by his parents. He was treated great in the school. He was given the best. I just remember everything about it was just wonderful. What shocked me the most about Jamie is that he says all these things allegedly happened when he was here as a child. But then I remember after he left the church, he said to come back and visit us so we could fellowship and, you know, catch up on what was going on in life. And he came back to the very place that he said he was so abused. It just doesn't make any sense. Why would you come back to a place that you quote-unquote said abused you? Which, it never, like I said, never happened, but still, that tells you it's nothing but a conspiracy that they're putting together to try to form all these lies against our church of things that just never existed. And so I can go on, and Hannah can go on. I was in class with Peter Cooper, Sean and Rachel Bryant, Liam Guy, Jay Plummer, Risa and Luis Perez. All of these have since left the church since we graduated, and which is fine. You know, my take on the thing is, you know, if you don't want to be here, that's perfectly fine. You can move on, and I would just ask them to just move on with their life and just, you know, leave us alone. I mean, we leave them alone. Why don't you just leave us alone and let us enjoy our life? I mean, we enjoy it here. That's why we stay in here, because Hannah and I enjoy it. I mean, it's doing wonderful. But while they were here, same thing with, as I said with Jimmy, we had the best time together, playing all the time, going on field trips. I remember going on multiple field trips together and just enjoying it. When we got we always obviously played when we were little, but I remember even in high school, I think our class probably topped any of the classes going outside and playing. I mean, every day we'd go play basketball or softball, and we had the best teachers. I mean, it was just wonderful. You know, all this comes out now, and it's like totally shocking because I've been here, I know what it's like, and it's just amazing because none of it ever happened.
And you mentioned some of these names. These were the people that have, some of the people that have come to the AP and said things
Correct.
Against the church, and your reference, these were actually classmates of yours,
Correct.
Is that correct? Okay.
Correct. A lot of us even, I remember in our 12th grade year, a lot of us at that time, they didn't have the dual enrollment program, so a lot of us were actually taking like the CLEP algebra, the CLEP English class, so we can get college credit for those classes and didn't have to take them in college. 5 of us in my class actually took the calculus AP exam, which was seemingly the hardest test at that point in our life, and all of us passed from what I remember. So everything they say about our school is nothing but a lie. And then you can see, I was talking to Hannah, I said, a lot of these that are saying this, they actually got a great education at our school. They moved on to higher education, and now some of them have become attorneys and working on being doctors. And now they're talking bad about the school that gave them that great education so they could do what they're wanting to do now. It doesn't line up. It doesn't, 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2 here. So, and then after graduating from the Word of Faith, I went on to Isothermal Community College, receiving honors there. Once I was done with isothermal, I moved on to Western Carolina, where I got an engineering degree. Been working as an engineer ever since. It's been about 6 years ago. And one thing that has always disturbed me about the lies, of course, all of it disturbing, but one of the things is where they say that we're always controlled and we're always told what to do. And I've never, since I've been here, been controlled by anyone or told what to do. The one thing that our pastors and our ministers and my parents have told me to do is to seek God and to pray and ask Him for His will in my life, and that God's going to be the one that speaks to my heart and reveals His will and perfect will to my life. And when God speaks, it comes to pass. I know you've heard a lot of other people share it, and all of us can testify that when God speaks to our hearts, it absolutely comes to pass every single time. And one scripture in Ephesians that is always speaks loud and clear to me and is definitely a testimony in my life. It says, Ephesians 3:20, "Now to Him who, by in consequence of the action of His power that is at work within us, is able to carry out His purpose and do super abundantly, far over and above all that we dare ask or think, infinitely beyond our highest prayers, desires, thoughts, hopes, or dreams." And I can truly say that God has done that in my life, that I've served Jesus with all my heart, and that God has blessed me way beyond what I could even imagine. When you're little, you have all these dreams of what you want to be or what you want, and when you serve Jesus, God does way beyond, Mark, what you could even ask for. I know Hannah came into my life a little over 5 years ago. We've been married 5 years. God brought her in my life. God spoke to me, and God spoke to her that we're supposed to be married, and it's been a wonderful relationship. I know it just gets sweeter every day, right, honey?
Yes, it does.
And we're just so happy serving Jesus together and helping each other and helping God's people and helping people in the community. As Anna says, she works as an attorney, and I work in the community also, and it's just been wonderful. And about 2 years ago, I remember driving home from church one night by myself, and I was crying out to God that He might bless us with our first child. We felt like we were ready for our first child, and we knew that it came from the Lord. And I was just praying that, Lord, I need your help in this area because we feel like it's time. And I remember the Lord speaking loud and clear to me. He said, "Chris, be at peace because I'm blessing you with a son." And within 3 days, we found out that Hannah and I were expecting our first child. Within 3 days. It reminded me of when God came to Abraham and told Abraham that He was going to bless him with Isaac, and what a blessing that was. And then later on, we found out that we're having a son, and it was the fulfillment of what God spoke to me directly and gave me that peace. And now we've been blessed with our little son Clayton, who's 11 months old now, and he's just a precious little boy. I mean, he even at 11 months, he enjoys going to church. He enjoys seeing all his friends. He's starting to wave at everybody and kind of lean over and give everybody sugars and give them hugs. Even I think did it with Mark last night. He had such a good time with Mark, seeing Mark and all his friends at the church. Everybody is just like family to him. And now we're moving on, and God's blessing Hannah and I with our first home. They say a lot of things about our church, that they take our money. Well, Hannah and I have 2 cars, and now we're purchasing our first home, so obviously they're not taking my money because I wouldn't be able to buy a home. And again, it's way beyond what I could have imagined. It's just a blessing. I mean, we're just a happy family serving Jesus together, serving God's people. God has been a wonderful, caring father. He's been so faithful to Hannah. He's been so faithful to me. He's been faithful to my family. And really, I couldn't ask for a better life, a better place to live. I mean, Rutherford County has been great. Going to the Word of Faith has been absolutely wonderful, and we're just so happy.
And thank you so much, Chris. You just heard from Chris, born at the Word of Faith Fellowship Church, one of the first babies there, and you just heard how much God has blessed him. And one of the things you heard was just how shocked he's been. Some of his classmates, as you heard, actually when they graduated, they left the church, and then they've gone to the news, and some of them have been these ones saying these allegations against the church. And you just heard Christopher, who was a classmate of theirs, grew up with them, and just can't believe these things that's being said. And so let's hear from Hannah, his wife now. Hannah?
Thank you, Mark, and thank you very much for having us here. It's an honor to be here. My life is truly a miracle. I was born in Northern Ireland, and my mom and dad, after they had me, my mom was diagnosed with postpartum depression. And then after she had my brother Jordan, she got it even worse, and it got to a very serious level. I remember being about 3 years old, and Mom cried all the time, and I kept saying, Mom, why are you not happy? You should be happy, Mom. And I just knew something was wrong. I knew we needed an answer. And things got very bad. Other people were having to help take care of us, and I was trying to help take care of my little brother. And my dad reached a point, he was going everywhere he could, trying to get my mom help. She didn't want to live. She wasn't eating. She wasn't sleeping. And God heard the cry in my dad's heart and in my heart. And he gave my dad had a very good friend here, a business partner here in the United States, who had just started coming to this church, to the Word of Faith Fellowship, and he told us that God had a special plan for my mom. And that's what I've seen that God has for every person, and that is what is preached at our church, that God has a plan, and it does not matter what the devil tries to do in your life. God is greater, and God has a special plan for you. And my dad took a big step of faith and put clothes in suitcases overnight one night when things were getting really bad with my mom, booked tickets, and we got here, and they actually stopped the airplane to get us on here. It was it was really our lives, and God brought us, and I'm forever grateful that God brought me here. I don't know where I would be, and I definitely don't think I would have my mom without that decision my dad made. When we came here, my mom began to receive prayer every day. She started to believe that God could change the situation. And this is the prayer that's mocked, made fun of, attacked. But I wouldn't have my mother today without this prayer. And I'm so grateful. I want everyone to know this prayer is not abusive. No one is hit, no one is punched, no one is screamed at. This prayer is full of love and freedom, and I'm so grateful for it. I'm so grateful for how God changed my mom's life. She's not the same person at all that she used to be. She's very happy, and we've had a wonderful life here. Of course, we had to travel back and forth for years because we didn't have the visa to be able to stay indefinitely for quite a while. But when I was 12 years old, we were able to get our permanent residency status here. It was an absolute honor and privilege to be raised in the Word of Faith Fellowship and at the Word of Faith Christian School. From a young age, I remember coming into the Christian school, and Robin Webster, Sam and Jane, our pastor's daughter, was my teacher for about six or 7 years, and I really claimed her as my teacher the whole way through because she was really like another mom to me. She loved us so much. She taught us to love Jesus. She taught us that what mattered in our life was serving Jesus, making it to heaven, and bringing each other to heaven. And if any little need I had, she always cared for me so much. She wanted to help me, and I'm forever grateful for her. I'm very grateful for the foundation that not only her, but every teacher I had gave me in school. They taught me that God loved me. I had to go back to Ireland for a whole year and was homeschooled while I was there, but my class sent me letters every 3 weeks. I got this big package, and I would read those letters for days. Our class was like a family. We were like brothers and sisters. We were close. We went on fun field trips together. When we got old enough, we started going to Brazil into youth seminars there, and our class, we would go together, and we loved that. We both, Christopher and I, have been to Brazil, and he's been to Ghana, doing missionary work there and getting to know friends and young people there, other people who wanted to serve Jesus, and that was always so precious to us. In my young teenage years, I began to be very troubled and tormented inside. I was here, I loved being here, but I didn't understand. I felt empty inside. I tried so hard to always do the right thing, to make good grades in school, but I was missing something. And I didn't understand what was wrong. I wasn't being able to sleep at night. I always felt like I couldn't do enough right things, like I had done something wrong all the time. I knew there were attitudes and things in my heart that just were not right. And ways I felt toward people, I may not ever say it, but I just knew there were things not right in my heart. And I began to be very tormented. And I realized that I knew everyone had taught me about Jesus, but I needed to know Jesus for myself, and I needed to have that relationship with him where I could trust him with my life. And all my teachers and all the ministers, the pastors here, they kept telling me to come to Jesus and just cry out to Jesus and he would help me. And I remember our pastor, Jane Whaley, she told me that she stayed awake many nights for several weeks because she knew how miserable I was, just praying for me. And where do you find that kind of love and support and care, and someone who really cares about your life? And I began to pray, and I never forget the night. I'd always read my Bible. I love to read the Bible. But I read in Jeremiah 1, verse 5, and God says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew and approved of you as my chosen instrument. And before you were born, I separated and set you apart, consecrating you." And I felt like God just came in the room and told me that he had called me, and that I knew that he had a special plan for my life, and that I didn't have to go down a path of torment, that kind of thing that my mom had in her younger years. And God just began to really put people in my heart and begin to teach me that my life was to help other people. And I had other teachers, and that it just kept encouraging me that I was going to make it, and things began to change, and I just wanted to help my classmates and be a blessing to them. And I'll never forget, Carol Reynolds was such a good influence on my life, and still has been. She always encouraged me how special God's plan for me was, and how God had called me to help people, and God wouldn't bring me across the whole world, across the ocean, to not have a special plan for me. And I was really encouraged. I began to help people, and I became so happy, and I had so much more peace as I became more, and I still come every day. I want to know Jesus more and more. I want to know what he has to say about my life and how I can help people. I helped a lot in the school's Holocaust Museum, and I loved reaching out to the Jewish people and doing research work or whatever I can do to help people. God led me to go to Isothermal Community College and on to Gardner-Webb. I majored in chemistry, thinking I might go in like a medical direction, but I was privileged to work at the law firm at Farmer & Morris Law at the time, and I really loved it there. And one day I knew God told me loud and clear that I was supposed to be an attorney, but I didn't have any money for law school. Law school is not cheap, and I didn't know how I was going to do it, but God made a way, and God gave me a full scholarship. He made the way for me to go through law school and excel in law school, and it was all the hand of God that helped me. I want to say that, Christopher also has been wonderful. God has done so much in our lives. I ended up, working for Judge Reidinger, and I loved that. But God's done so much. God's blessed my family. I have 2 brothers here. One's in law school, and the other one's very happy. He's married to a young lady from Sweden that God brought here, and the other one's married to a young lady from Brazil. We all got to know each other, and we're just one big, very happy family. They have wonderful wives, and God's really blessed our family. It is very sad and troubling to me how a group of people has joined together really in a conspiracy to come against our church, to come against what God has done. I feel like, and I know that this place to me is a refuge. It was a place that God saved my life and my family's life. And I still feel that way every time I go to church. I'm so thankful for what we have. And I specifically want to address 2 of my classmates who have told all kinds of lies about our church, not only just locally but internationally now on the Associated Press. And they're Benjamin and Micah Cooper. Micah was probably one of my closest friends. probably one of my best friends for growing up. We actually lived in her home for several years. Her parents are wonderful people, and they opened their home for my family when we came here and didn't have a place to stay for a while from Ireland. But we were roommates. We went to school together. We did all kinds of things together. We went shopping together on weekends. We went on field trips. We went to zoos. We have lots of memories that we would share. And Micah had a wonderful life. Her husband Benjamin was in my class as well. He had a wonderful life. And I actually, when they went to law school, we shared the same apartment, and I stayed with them. So I knew them very closely. We shared meals together. We shared our hearts together. And they loved it here. We were very blessed. We had times we would pray together, read the Bible together. We shared the same desire that we wanted to love Jesus, and it really saddened me when I saw them turn their hearts away from what I had seen God do in their lives. Benjamin had always told me it really troubled him how our church had been lied about. He didn't like it. They were very upset about it. They wanted to get the truth out, and they felt like it was a major attack on our religious freedom that we have here in America, to the way we had already been lied about before they even left the church. So it's very disturbing to me, and I just want to share that what they've said is a lie. There is no abuse here, no abuse in our church or Christian school. We've been very blessed. And even after they left, they sent their little son to our church. They must have known somewhere. I mean, we've been loved, and Benjamin, from what I've heard, has gone to all kinds of law enforcement agencies, telling things about our church that are not true, meeting with people against our church. And this deeply saddens me because God gave them the very best also. And I want everyone to know that it's a lie, what they have said. But God promises us in Matthew 5, verse 10, that we're blessed when we're persecuted for righteousness' sake. We will be persecuted, and we're grateful. Christopher and I, we talk often about how happy we are and how our faith grows stronger by the persecution that we've gone through. And I want everyone to know, I mean, we're honored to be persecuted. We're rejoicing. Jesus was persecuted. The apostles were persecuted. It makes me know that we're in a place that's seeking holiness and righteousness, and that's what we want for our lives and our children's lives. We have a whole group of young people that feel this way, young parents who want their children to have the same heritage that we had, so that they can continue to serve God and fulfill the call of God that is on their lives. And I'm so grateful God brought me. I have another verse that I love, that God says that He brings you from the ends of the earth and calls you His servant. And I'm so grateful. Christopher and I, we want to be shining lights for Jesus everywhere we go, just like Esther and Daniel were in their generation. And that is our heart. We're grateful for our church. We're grateful for our pastors and ministers, our school, every teacher we had, and what God has done for us.
And thank you so much, Hannah. And truly, Hannah and Christopher both are shining lights, just like Hannah has in her heart. I can tell you, I've been with both of these since they were young. I remember watching Christopher as he was a little guy at church, and so they are shining lights here. You know, one of the things they were sharing was this group that has gone out. They've talked to the AP. Some of you may have heard these articles that came out last year, and she specifically mentioned Benjamin and Micah Cooper, and so they have gone to the news. They've been on different news articles. You can actually go to our website, wordoffaithfellowship.org, and if you go to Word of Faith Speaks Out, you will see a clip of Benjamin and Micah Cooper when they got married at our church. This is like an actual clip of their wedding, and they are sharing at their wedding their testimony about all the things that God did for them in their life, and they're sharing how grateful they are. They're sharing about the things God did, and they're so grateful for the ministers of God. And then you will also see a clip of them recently, since they left the church, sharing these allegations against the church that are contrary to what they're sharing at their wedding video. So you can see that if you go to our website, wordoffaithfellowship.org, and then you go to Word of Faith Speaks Out, you will see that Benjamin and Micah Cooper video clip of how grateful they were and how contrary it is now that you're hearing about this. But that's one of the things you can see the hearts of Christopher and Hannah, how shocked they are at these classmates that were loved and what they're saying now. But we do want to thank you again. Thank you for tuning in to Word of Faith Responds, and please go to our website to learn more about us. We hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
deadly gun attack at a South Florida school. Here's ABC's Karen Travers.
One of President Trump's key proposals after the Parkland, Florida school shooting was arming teachers.
You have to have protection within the schools.
But there was significant pushback from educators, parents, and some lawmakers. In the school safety proposals the White House is releasing today, the only action on this issue is a call for the Justice Department to work with states to provide firearms training to specially qualified